fucking get it.
In play, that's a fair ball to Jacob. What a play from Jacob!
Oh god.
And that is destroyed! Tie game! 60. That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes the great play from Peter McNeil.
Justice already took advantage of that. What a play over at third.
Right off the hand.
He's heading home. Oh, he's out. He's gonna be out. Jordan Rice heads out. Trey collected right.
Get out, ball later! Good run from Jordan Rice! And that's the shot! That's all one play!
Okay.
July, baby.
Okay.
We're gonna go you and then Jay Carr.
Steps on second, flips over to first, and he does it! Oh my lord, Zach, get away! A solo!
That's in play down the third baseline. Peter makes the great play from Peter McNeil.
Oh! Philip Rosenbarkle, walked off the season. Oh!
Get out, ball later!
And that ball is out of here! Walk-off home run, Jacob! That ball's in play. Goes back, keeper kick! Akatoma's playhouse makes the grab! He's heading home. Oh, he's out! He's gonna be out! I like it! That ball is absolutely tattooed! And what a roll! What a roll from Keaton again!
Flared up. What a play for Peter McNeil!
On a day that started off gloomy and gray here in the Pacific Northwest, the clouds have burned off and it is a gorgeous Wednesday evening. The sun is out, the skies are blue, and we are set up for a great matchup here, some Wednesday night wiffle ball as the Central Cyclones get ready to take on the Northern Nighthawks. I'm Trevor Butler. I'm joined by Alex Harden to my right. Alex, how are you feeling about tonight's matchup?
It should be a good one. You know, an experienced veteran team in the Nighthawks versus a upstart Cyclones team, a lot of new faces in the league. and some returning players as well that know a thing or two about playing wiffle ball. So it'll be a fun matchup for sure.
Well, with that, we'll just get right into the lineups first for the home team, the Central Cyclones.
Jackson Carr, I'm him.
Zane Phillips, Mount Lake Terrace High School.
Max Melendez, Blazers.
Drew Tenzar, University of Washington.
Brock Playhouse, Self-Learning.
Salufati, Washington.
And the lineups for the visiting Northern Nighthawks.
Jack Playhouse, University of Washington.
Drew Gradwell, Blue Mountain State University. Go Goats.
Philip Rosenbacher, Meadowdale High School.
Chance Justice, ITT Tech.
Philip Thomas, Meadowdale Middle School.
And as always, we'll kick it down to Robert down the first baseline for a pregame interview.
All right, here with Jackson Carr. Jackson playing one of the best teams in the AWA so far. How does that bring up a challenge for you guys?
You know, we had a slow start. We just got to hit well like we usually do and field well. We got 4 guys now, actually 5. So, yeah, full squad today.
Yeah, what do you guys see in terms of the fielding? Any, like, tactics you guys are planning or anything?
Nothing we've planned, I would say. I'd say we're pretty good at figuring it out on the fly, I'd say.
All right, well, good luck out there. Back booth, guys.
With that, it's just about due time to get things going as the Cyclones get ready to get to it. They will be pitching first, and it's going to be Max Melendez on the hill for the Central Cyclones. It'll be Philip Thomas leading things off for the Nighthawks as we get ready to get things going. Last few warm-up pitches in the books for Melendez. He is mic'd up today, so that should make for some content as he just walks off the field to readjust that mic. The Nighthawks coming off a loss last week to your squad.
Damn right.
What do they need to do today to try and get back in the win column?
Just need to execute their pitches. I mean, you know, limit the walks. I mean, it's always hard, but you know, as long as Drew Gradwell's throwing strikes, I mean, he's one of the most dominant pitchers in the league, and he's capable of throwing no-hitters, perfect games every time out there. So as long as they do that, you know, and limit the fielding mistakes, they'll be good to go. And same goes for the Cyclones. I mean, their pitching, I won't say it's as good, but it's still, you know, competitive. They throw strikes. The Cyclones, they just gotta stay locked in.
So we're gonna get ready to get things going. It's gonna be Philip Thomas leading off. As Melendez grabs a couple balls. Thomas stretching out. We'll get ready to get things going in the first game of, as always, a 3-game series. Thomas steps in, and the first pitch on the way. As he readjusts the strike zone first. Now we're underway. First pitch just misses ball 1. 61, and it stayed outside, ball 2. Thomas quickly ahead 2-0. As he sends that one back up the middle. Tough play, throw to first in time. And there's one down quickly for Melendez. So that'll bring Jack Playhouse to the plate. He pitched in that 3rd game against the Wolfpack last week. I'd assume we'll see something similar here today against the Cyclones.
Yeah, I'm assuming game 3 will be either him or Phil Thomas. Just want to say that was a great play by Drew Tenzar.
It was.
Cover from the bobble and throw him out.
First pitch to Playhouse just misses low. That'll run outside, and for the second batter in a row, it's a 2-0 advantage. We'll tag that one foul.
Max working at a quick pace so far. Really hammering the slider.
So that just missed outside. The 3-1 hitters count. Swung through, strike 2. A big-time cut right there from Playhouse. Now the full count pitch. is tagged back to Melendez, who makes the play with relative ease, and there's 2 down. And you said it, Melendez working quick here in this first inning. Knock on wood, exactly. We'll see. We'll see what Drew Gradwell has in store here, the starting pitcher for the Nighthawks today, batting in the 3-hole.
Drew, a big-time home run hitter for the Nighthawks. No chance justice in the lineup, it seems.
That'll stay inside for ball 1 to start him off. 1-0 just catches the zone, and we go even. Melendez kicks and fires. That stayed outside in with 63, so some early heat. Now the 2-1. Is going to be sent toward the left side. Phillips is there. Flip onto first, runs a little wide, and Gradwell will be safe. So a 2-out base runner here for the Nighthawks in the first inning of game number 1, and that'll bring Philip Grossenbacher to the dish. First pitch to him. Stays inside. Now the 1-0. Took a big cut at it, and it broke left, dead out of the zone. A great pitch right there from Max Melendez. That just misses. 2-1 waved at, but it's a 61.
That's no pitch.
So we'll try it again, and a 2-1 count.
Actually, really humming it in there.
That one stays a little inside. It's 3-1. Hitters count to Philip Grossenbacher. That'll stay outside for ball 4, and after 2 quick outs, it's been back-to-back base runners here for the Nighthawks in the top of the first. So it'll bring Thomas back to the plate, grounded out to start things off. First pitch to him, swung through for strike 1. That'll stay inside. 1-1. Again waved at 58, and he'll have to defend here in a 1-2 count. Runs up and in for ball 2. That one stayed low, 64 on the gun right there. Full count pitch sent toward left field. That's going to skip off the wall. Gradwell is going to round and score with ease. Blehaus digging for third. And the ball, or that was not Jack Blehaus, my apologies. That was Phil Grossenbacher, but the ball was dropped over at third. So a stand-up double for Philip Thomas, and the Nighthawks are on the board here in the top of the first. 3 straight base runners, all with 2 outs. And Jack Blehaus will have an opportunity to continue this inning, as he's quickly ahead 2-0.
Jack, pretty tough out.
Rips that one foul. 2-1. In there, but 62. This one's at 58 for strike 2.
It pulls a string on you after looking at 62.
Just missing outside. Tried to catch that high outside corner, and just a little high.
Full count.
3 balls, 2 strikes, the payoff pitch on the way. Got him at 59. Melendez gets out of the inning, but some 2-out base runners for the Nighthawks give them a 1-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the frame.
What's our lineup, Jackson? You guys have the lineup by chance? Yeah.
Salou, Max, Drew, Zane. Hey, let's go Salou.
Saw your brother the other day.
Oh, Brown or Usman? No, I think Usman. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Limit the amount of like overthrown balls. Yeah, and that was my week before that. So I was rushed, but there.
So it'll be Salou Fati leading things off here for the Cyclones in the bottom of the first, trailing 1-0 now. it's going to be Drew Gradwall back on the hill for the Nighthawks. Pitching with a little bit of a cushion. Granted, it's only 1 run, but pitching ahead certainly a lot easier than pitching in a 0-0 ball game. First pitch on the way. Runs inside for ball 1. That'll catch the zone at 56. Just ran and caught that high inside corner. 1-1 will end up in a similar spot as it's called for strike 2. Stayed a little low, and we go back to even at 2s. 58, it'll catch the zone. Strike 3 called. And strikeout number 1 on the afternoon for Drew Gradwall. So Max Melendez will step in now. Battle of the pitchers here with 1 down in the bottom of the first.
Drew looks, it's only been 1 batter, but he looked pretty dialed in there, locating well with that slider.
First pitch to Melendez is tapped foul. And as you mentioned in the pregame, that's going to be a key for the Nighthawks today, to have him on, as that just misses inside. 1-1 waved at for strike 2. 1-2, got him swinging. Back-to-back Ks to open up his outing for Drew Gradwall. Quickly going to work, and now Drew Tenzar will step in. The Cyclones will look to replicate what the Nighthawks were able to do in the top of the first, which is get some men aboard, get some base runners with 2 down. First pitch on the way. Just catches the corner, strike 1.
Drew came over from the Stingers in the offseason. Big time addition for the Cyclones, a veteran player. Picked up switch hitting too.
Really? 2-1 is fouled back.
Drew, are you a natural left-handed hitter?
I throw right-handed, kind of hard.
Okay.
I'm left-handed in many things, mostly.
Okay.
Riding and eating and stuff.
Working in a 2-2 count now. Got him swinging, strike 3, and Drew Gradwall strikes out the side in the first. An emphatic opening to game number 1. After retiring the side with relative ease, Gradwall is going to swing at the first pitch he sees. Ryman accidentally, but Drew Gradwall leaves the yard, creates his own offense, and doubles up the Nighthawks lead. It's 2-0 on the first pitch of the frame. Smoked that out to deep left center field, that 105 power alley out there. First pitch to Grossenbacher runs inside, ball 1. 62 on the gun right there from Melendez, but it stayed outside. It's quickly 3-0 to the 4-hole hitter. So he'll pop one up foul.
Good pitch there from Max, getting back into the count.
Hitters count 3-1. Is going to be chopped. It's going to go fair. Throw on to first, not in time.
Good attempt. Good attempt. That was a very tough play.
Melendez having to come over and throw off his back foot.
Unfortunately, didn't throw it away.
So it'll be back to the top of the order here for the Nighthawks with Philip Thomas. First pitch he sees will stay inside. Second one stays outside. 2-0. Waved at, but 62. 63. So Melendez really firing them in there right now, but unfortunately not in a good situation.
Yeah, Wolfpack have a similar problem. Sometimes Ian Michael really hums it in there.
That one was fouled, but 61.
Come on, the bat picked it up.
Still 2-0. For about 6 pitches, I think.
Popped up at 62. Shaping up to be a lot like Chance Justice's at bat against your Wolfpack, as that one is 55, and finally Melendez picks up strike 1.
This is player corruption.
2-1 stays outside, and it's a hitter's count, 3-1.
That one again at 61 miles an hour.
They'll wear it off the back, ball 4. And there's 2 men aboard for Jack Blayhouse, 0 for 2. Strikeout and a ground out thus far. Looking to find himself in the hit column for the first time this afternoon.
Yeah, rare 0 for 2 start.
He'll step out. That read 82.
Showing off the arm a little bit.
First pitch inside, ball 1. As that's going to be sent toward left field and gone. Jack Blayhouse finally getting in the hit column this afternoon with a 3-run shot.
You got a fastball over the plate, and he swung away on it. He struck out looking on this pitch. It's last time up, and Jack, last year wasn't much of a home run threat. More of a singles hitter, but this year he's really turning on the power.
So Gradwell will step back in, and at this point, every Nighthawk to come to the plate has scored. He'll flare one toward right, but it'll go foul and be caught. An excellent play over there for the first out of the inning.
I was just about to say, there's still nobody out.
So now with 1 down, Grossenbacher will step in and leave that for strike 1. Chops one over toward first. Tough play, flip in time. He bobbled it, and they're going to call him safe. It was a tough play. It looked like the flip was in time, but it was bobbled over there at first.
Yeah, good job covering from Max. Good heads-up play, but yeah, tough angle there.
The 1-0. Outside, ball 2. He waves through that one at 57, a big-time cut. 2-1. Inside, ball 3. And now Thomas will send one out towards center field. A great grab out there. A tough play by Drew Tenzar up against the wall. He goes crashing into it. But there's 2 down. So after the 3-run shot, Jack Blayhouse will step back in with an opportunity to pick up another. First pitch runs inside. Looked pretty good off the bat of Philip Thomas. I thought it was going to get out, but just hung up there a little too long and gave Tenzar the opportunity to sacrifice his body, go crashing into the wall.
Yeah, it sounded solid off the bat.
No pitch there, so it's 3-0. That'll stay high, ball 4. Max Melendez in a bit of a tough spot here in the top of the second. 56 pitches thus far here in game number 1.
Yeah, 32 balls to only 24 strikes. starting to give up some more solid contact. First few batters of the game, they only hit it on the ground.
Gradwell leaves that one upstairs for ball one. Swings through that at 59.
Genuflected in there.
Straight up.
He'll pop one up out toward the outfield. Tenzar is there, but the Nighthawks add 4 here in the top of the second. Homers from Gradwell and Blayhouse extend the lead. It's 5-0. So back to work for Drew Gradwell here in the bottom of the second, my apologies, and he'll face Zane Phillips to start things off.
This is only Zane's first at bat of the game. Drew cut through the first 3 hitters pretty quickly.
So that's going to be blasted out toward left field, and it'll run a little wide on the throw from Grossenbacher. First base runner of the day so far for the Cyclones here in the bottom of the second.
And honestly, not a bad outcome if you're the Nighthawks, keeping Zane in the yard. He's quickly risen to be one of those dominant hitters in the league.
Yeah, certainly a guy who's got quite a bit of pop in that bat. So Jackson Carr will step in and swing through the first pitch. That stays a little in. Nighthawks shifted over a little right. Blayhouse playing in between second and third as that stays out for ball 2. Just catches the inside of the zone. 2-2. Sent toward right field. Off the foul pole. See you later. Jackson Carr, a dead red pull shot toward right. Off the foul pole. And the Cyclones get a couple back here in the bottom of the second. It's 5-2 all of a sudden.
Good way to start a rally.
All right, top. Go get him, Salute. Go get him.
So some production from the bottom of the order for the Central Cyclones that gives them a couple runs and allows them to start eating into that Nighthawk lead. It's all of a sudden only a 3-run ball game. Fatigue pops one up towards center, and it'll be grabbed with ease, and there's one down. First pitch swinging after taking a handful of pitches in his first at bat. So Melendez will step back in, also 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And he'll swing through the first pitch. Gradwell fires. That'll run inside and catch him. Just catching the inside part of the zone for strike 2. 1-2 on the way. Stays high at 59. That'll stay a little outside, and the count goes full. Melendez working his way back into this one after falling behind 1-2. They'll ground one toward Grossenbacher. Tough play, can't get there. And the inning continues for the Central Cyclones. A base hit single, and Drew Tenzar will have an opportunity to further cut into this Northern Nighthawk lead.
Melendez is rocking number 88. That's a good, tough number. I like it.
That is a pretty sweet number, I will say. I always wore number 27 growing up, so that's always been my number for everything.
Say that again?
I always wore 27 growing up.
That's a good one.
That's always been my go-to. Called, strike 1. And called strike 2. Gradwell really pounding the zone to start things off. as that'll run low for ball 1. Waved through, but 61.
New life for Drew. First one of the day for, oh yeah, Drew's pitching too.
That one he caught a piece of, just barely. Defensive approach from Tenzar at the plate. As the battle of Drews continues. Gradwall fires. Swung through at 56, and he'll win this edition. 2 down here in the bottom of the 2nd, and Zane Phillips will step back up, scored a run with the leadoff single.
All right, let's go, 1. Do what you do best. Great.
2 down and a man on first here for the Cyclones with an opportunity to further cut into this Nighthawk lead. First pitch to Phillips, over to Blayhouse, on to first, relatively easy. And we go to the 3rd. It's a 3-run lead all of a sudden.
Take a play.
Melendez going right back to work. That's swung through at 62. Stays low at 56, and the count goes even 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Grossenbacher as he waves through that one for strike 2.
Actually burying that slider against Phillips. See if he attacks him inside now.
Tried to, just missed. 2-2 here in the top of the 3rd. And got him to wave at it, but it was 61.
You know what they say, if they keep swinging at that pitch, you might as well throw it again.
It's always been my my strategy in MLB The Show. You can usually get a lot of guys to chase when you're playing online.
I'm not too good at that game, so my strategy is normally to just turn the difficulty down.
This one he can't connect with at 57, and there's 1 away.
I pulled the string on him a bit there after throwing a couple at 61, 62. Comes back with 55. It looks a lot different.
Classic speed him up, slow him down right there from Max Melendez.
They also heard it.
Back to work against Thomas, who lines one towards center field. That one got out on a rope. A very Giancarlo Stanton-esque home run right there from Philip Thomas.
A Stantonian blast.
Exactly.
I think you got a slider over the plate. He was ready for it.
Sat on it and lined it out on a frozen rope, and it's back out to a 4-run game. First pitch to Blayhouse, runs outside. Second stays up high. Yeah, that's a good call. A Stantonian blast. John Sterling shout out. Chopped back toward Melendez onto first, and there's 2 down. Blayhouse opting to swing 3-0. You don't see that all the time, but
yeah, pretty disciplined hitter, but
little left or right,
good looking pitch though. Don't blame him.
Might as well jump on it if you can.
Hey Jack, thanks for using the safety bag.
So 2 down for Drew Gradwall. First pitch stays inside.
You might have killed him.
And a tough job holding off right there from Gradwall. He certainly thought about it. But he's ahead 3-0. Waves at that one. 3-1 hitters count on the way. Is going to be lined off the tree foul. Melendez doing a good job of working his way back into this one after falling behind 3-0. looking to get out of the inning with no more damage. It's grounded foul. So we'll try it all again. This one lined, throw on to first, not in time. Carr couldn't quite stretch for it.
And that'll get out of play, so Drew will go to second.
Drew, go to second. So it'll be an opportunity for redemption for Philip Grossenbacher after the strikeout earlier in the frame. First pitch to him stays low. Second pitch stays outside. 1 for 3 thus far, a walk, a single, and a strikeout swinging. That'll run up, and it's 3-0. Looking for a 2-out walk here. And he'll get just that. A 4-pitch walk to Grossenbacher, and there's 2 aboard with 2 down for Philip Thomas.
Philip hit a home run his last time up. Nice little solo blast.
He'll have an opportunity here to continue adding on to this Nighthawk lead. Quickly ahead 2-0. As he'll line that one out toward left off the tree. And gone. He'll do just that, a 3-run shot that ricocheted off the tree. And it's 9-2 Nighthawks here in the third, back-to-back 4-run innings. As the ball is really leaving the yard thus far today.
Yeah, that one got out in a hurry.
Back-to-back homers that were hit on a line, just smoked. Blehouse with a big hack at the first pitch. So that'll stay outside, ball 1. He'll pop one up. Melendez makes the grab, but it's going to be work to do for the Central Cyclones. We go to the bottom of the third. 9-2 Nighthawks your score.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I just, honey, I just remember you saying you're gonna back. I think it's fine. But it is too bad. That's 3-run home run.
So Jackson Carr will lead us off here in the bottom of the third. Drew Gradwall looking to close things down here in game number 1. First pitch runs inside on Carr. That just missed. Tried to catch that inside part of the zone. Stays a little low, and it's quickly 3-0 to the leadoff man, Jackson Carr. He'll chop one toward Gradwall, ricochets off him, and he makes the throw and nabs the runner. A great play from Drew Gradwall to recover there.
Painful out there.
Yeah, he's going to be feeling that one tomorrow. So back to the top of the order with Salou Fati now with only 1 down. 0 for 2 thus far with a strikeout and a flyout. The offering from Gradwall. Swung through strike 1. That stays a little high and the count goes even. Just missing low. 2-1. Jammed him up inside, got him to swing at it for strike 2. Looking for the punch out now. And if Fati holds off, count goes full.
This is your AB. Every AB is
looking to spark something here in the bottom of the third with one down. Cyclones trailing this one by 7. That misses inside, ball 4.
Need a ball? That feels like no ball.
We had 14.
I know.
So that'll bring Melendez back to the dish. 1 for 2 with a single. And he'll look to drive the runner around and start eating into this lead. Gradwell's first pitch is fouled back. 0-1 now. Big time cut for strike 2. Looking for the punch out once again. And he'll get it at 58.
Beautiful pitch.
Melendez checked his swing a little bit, didn't even matter. Strikeout looking, and there's 2 down. Gradwell looking to put the finishing touches on a Game 1 win.
It can't be me.
First pitch to Tenzar, runs inside. Tapped foul. 1-1 on the way. Is going to be popped up foul. And he'll have to defend. Cyclones down to their final strike here in Game 1. And it just caught maybe the smallest part of the zone. An excellent pitch placement from Drew Gradwell, and the Nighthawks parlay 2 4-run innings into a Game 1 win, 9-2 your final score.
I was telling Kat, it's like the season's fucking up. Yeah.
All right, Drew Gradwell gets the interview now.
And just start that way, take off. He's played some good defense.
We're home.
After that outing, we will naturally kick it down to Robert, who's with Drew Gradwell.
All right, Drew, talk about your ball placement there, especially on that last pitch.
Yeah, you know, try to throw a little bit of a kind of a cutter to the left, and caught the piece of the zone that you don't really get very often. Barely skimmed it. You get away with those sometimes, but always good to kind of get one.
What are you expecting to showcase in Game 2 and 3?
You know, I got a little careless in the second inning there with a 5-run lead. A little bit better command and kind of choice pitching count versus what I want to throw. So felt a little better in the third, so try and carry that over into the next game.
All right, well, good luck out there. And back with the guys.
He looked a lot better last night. 0-4 right now. So the good news is Emerson Hancock, I swear, is way better than the 5.64 ERA. What did he look like? Even 5 points and 9 points. It was not good on the season, but they're 72 in the last 9.
So Game 2 getting ready to get underway, and it's going to be same old for both teams. No real changes in defensive alignment or batting order.
Makes it easier for me.
Exactly. The Nighthawks, the home team here in game number 2, so it'll be Gradwell going back to work with his team leading the series 1-0. First pitch to Fati, runs outside, but he swings through it. Or caught the outside part of the zone, my apologies. We'll leave that one inside for ball 1. That one missed outside for ball 2.
If I were a Cyclones, I would have
Strike zone got knocked a little offline. Gradwell will go correct that. Working from a 2-1 count here in the top of the first. Game number 2 after the Nighthawks took game 1. Stays low, ball 3. 3-1. Runs inside, a 5-pitch walk to Salou Fati to start things off. So Max Melendez will step back in now. He'll be back on the hill for game number 2. First pitch to him. Catches the zone at 57 for strike 1. Swung through strike 2. And he checked his swing, did not go. Now the 1-2. Got him. Got him to take a little hack at it, kind of a half excuse me swing, half check swing type thing. But he waves at it and there's one down. Melendez not very happy.
We've all been there.
Tenzar taps the first pitch foul. Should make for some interesting content on social media because he is mic'd up. Second one also poked foul. Gradwell looking for another punch out. And he'll get it. Got him to go fishing for a ball out of the zone, and there's quickly 2 down. And you said it in the pregame, but starting to manifest itself is that Drew Gradwell is on thus far. He's been making quick work of these Cyclone hitters, both in game 1 and here thus far in game 2. Zane Phillips, though, steps in, swings at the first pitch, sends it towards center, and out of here, the announcer's jinx. Strikes again. A 2-run shot from Zane Phillips. And it's 2-0 Cyclones here in the top of the first. He'll
Zane
rock
was
the baby.
Pretty quiet in game 1 overall. I think he had a base hit or 2, but it's only a matter of time before he drove one out of the yard. Towering shot.
And that'll be the 9th homer of the year for Zane Phillips. So another one of those guys that's really been able to drive the ball all season long. Jackson Carr will step in and take strike 1. Leave it there for strike 2. And of course, right as I mentioned how well Gradwell was pitching, Phillips leaves the yard. That's going to be called for. He's going to swing through it for strike 3. But a 2-run top of the first, thanks to the bat of Zane Phillips, gives the Cyclones the lead here in game number 2. So it'll be Philip Thomas leading things off here in the bottom of the first. Nighthawks having to operate from a little bit of a hole right now after falling behind 2-0 in the top of the frame. Thomas swings through that one for strike 1. 1-1 runs inside, and he'll go ahead. Melendez picking up a few balls that ran all the way to the backstop. He'll go back to work. Hardy cut right there, but he swings through for strike number 2. Grounded left side, Phillips is there. Throw to Carr at first will be in time, and there's one down. So Playhouse will step back in, had the 3-run shot in game number 1. And he'll look to get something going here in the bottom of the first in game 2. So that stays outside for ball 1. Leave that one for ball 2. Jack's got the purple shoes to match the purple outfit, as that'll run through the legs of Melendez. Tough play to first, will not be in time. Playhouse beats it out, and it's a 1-out base runner for the Nighthawks. Sent one through the 5-hole on Max Melendez, nutmegged him a little bit.
Yeah, tough comebacker.
So Gradwell will step in with an opportunity to even this game. You watch this strike 1. And I'll leave that one for ball 1. Hardy cut right there, and he's behind 1 and 2. He wears that one off the back. 2-2 on the way. Got him to swing at it in the dirt. Got him to reach for it. Strike 3, and there's 2 down. Melendez fired a little bit of a worm burner in there, and Gradwell took a cut at it as Gradwell steps in and leaves the first pitch for the Birds. That one's spiked in the dirt, ball 2. Grounded, looks like it hit the bag.
Yeah, it was a fair ball.
Fair ball.
Just stayed inside the line there.
Replay's gonna take a look at this. Looked fair. It looked like it just caught the back left corner of the third base bag.
Hey, wait.
What?
I think it's a fair ball.
So they will call it fair.
They wanted to look at it.
New York gets pretty stingy.
You're telling me.
Yeah. It's a good bank when you're rounding third.
So Philip Thomas steps back in and swings through the first pitch. He'll pop a little flare over toward Carr. Interesting play there. It'll bounce foul. Actually, a fairly smart play right there from Jackson Carr to let it go foul.
Phillips staying on the bag, staying in his way. Couldn't get over there.
We could call it runner's interference, but maybe not.
I don't know if it is if he stays on the bag.
That one's popped foul, and Melendez can't quite get there. Came flying in, crashing for it, but couldn't quite make the grab. It's 0-2 still. Again defended. Thomas really trying to defend the plate here. A very defensive approach. This one is going to be rifled out towards center. Everybody's going to move up 40 feet. Playhouse holds at third. A good piece of 2-out hitting from Philip Thomas. Jack Playhouse will now have an opportunity to drive in some runs.
That base is loaded now, so not much wiggle room for Melendez.
First pitch on the way. And he'll leave it down low, ball 1. Playhouse 1 for 1 with the single. As he waves at the 2-0 for strike 1.
It's not a sword. This is a sword.
So a 2-1 count. I'll leave that one just inside, barely missing. That's a 3-1 hitter's count. Skied out towards center field. A tough play and a great catch out there from Drew Tenzar. As Max Melendez leaves the bases loaded, we go to the second. 2-0 Cyclones, your score. So top of the second, getting ready to get underway. It's back to the top of the order for the Central Cyclones. Salou Fati leading things off, drew a walk to open up game number 2. That'll skip in the dirt for ball 1. And he'll tag that one foul. Just a little under it. The 1-1. Catches that high outside corner.
Beautiful pitch there.
Now the 1-2. Tried to slow him down. Tough play. Throw to first. Oh, it skipped off his hands. Fati would have been out, but Thomas couldn't quite hang on. And it's a 1-out base runner. Had it in his hands. It just kind of snuck out as he tried to grasp it. So Melendez will step in now. First pitch stays up high for ball 1. That'll catch the zone for strike 1. He waves through that one, strike 2. Swung through strike 3 at 57, and there's 1 down. So Drew Tenzar will step in now after the home run saving play. Wouldn't necessarily call it a home run robbery because he didn't really have to get up and go after it, but
tough play nonetheless. That was
exactly.
Really high pop up. Batting lefty there.
Flared to Gradwall, and the throw to first is in time.
Productive out.
Fati will move up 40 feet to second. So Phillips will step in now, looking for his 10th homer of the year. And he was swinging for it on the first pitch.
Excellent walk-up music.
He'll pop one up. Gradwall comes in and makes the grab and crashes into the backstop. He's okay as he came flying in here and slammed into the backstop.
Jeez.
You can see the shake on the camera. Tough play. We go to the bottom of the second. 2-0 still your score. And after that grab, Gradwall will step in and try and work on getting his team on the board. Still 2-0 here in the bottom of the second, game number 2. First pitch runs inside for ball 1. Second pitch stays outside for ball 2.
This coming into game 2, Max has adjusted well, limiting the contact that the Nighthawks were able to generate in game 1.
2-1 popped foul. And yeah, the Nighthawks were all over him in game number 1, really clubbing the baseball, or the wiffle ball in this case, because that's tapped foul. So we'll try it again here in a 2-2 count. Sent through the 5-hole again. Tough play, throw in time. Drew Tenzar. Some Gold Glove defense out there taking away a hit.
Take a look at the replay just to be sure. Yeah, I got him.
Got him.
By a step.
Another excellent play by Drew Tenzar out there, patrolling the center field area. Grossenbacher leaves that one low for ball 1. Thought about it, but holds off for ball 2. That'll just miss high. So quickly into a 3-0 count now. Swinging away, and he'll pick up strike 1.
Lots of good movement on these sliders. Just not quite finding the zone with them.
He swings through again, and the count goes full. So after falling behind early in the count, Melendez has worked his way back into this one. It's full 3-2. Full count pitch, grounded to him. Tough play. And it looks like he got there in time. The throw did, that is.
Yeah, kind of skipped it over there.
Good pick, you could say, from Jackson Carr. Again, we'll take a look at the replay. Sure did get there in time. There's 2 down. First pitch to Philip Thomas is going to be sent out toward right center field, and he'll hold up at first with a base hit single. The 4th hit thus far for the Northern Nighthawks. Nothing to show for it, though. So Jack Blehaus will step back in, 1 for 2. As that just caught the corner for strike 1. Blehaus sends one center field, caught. Jackson Carr hauls it in, and the shutout is intact as we go to the 3rd here in game 2. Cyclones lead at 2-0. So it'll be that 5-hole hitter Carr who just took away a hit to lead things off here in the top of the 3rd. The first pitch he sees runs inside. Cyclones looking to add on some insurance runs here in a 2-0 ball game, as Carr will pop it up and Blehaus makes the grab with ease. There's 1 down. Back to the top of the order with Salou Fati, 0 for 1 with a walk, and he was able to reach on an error. First pitch on the way. Just missing inside for ball 1. As he fans at that one. 55 on the radar gun. As another at 55, he'll leave for strike 2. This one chopped back toward Gradwall, who fires over to first. This time Thomas is able to hang on, and there's 2 down. Gradwall looking to give his team the chance to win it, keep this one close, give his team a puncher's chance in the bottom of the 3rd. It'll be Max Melendez stepping in. Gradwall will pocket a few extras so he doesn't have to take another walk. First pitch to Melendez will be grounded back to him, bounced off the hands. Quick recovery, and he makes the throw. Heads up play from Drew Gradwall to bounce back after wearing it off the hands. And the Nighthawks are going to need 2 to tie, 3 to walk it off as we go to the bottom of the 3rd here in game number 2. So Gradwell will lead things off here in the bottom of the third with his team needing 2 runs to tie, 3 to win it. He'll line one over toward Phillips, who couldn't quite pick it up, and the throw is going to sail over the head of Carr. A leadoff base runner. And Jack Playhouse saying steals are now allowed. Only for his team, though.
Yeah.
So Philip Grossenbacher will now step in, representing the tying run. First pitch to him stays inside. We'll tag that one foul, a little bit underneath that one. He wears that one off the back for ball 2. Two and one waved at, and it's 2-2. Grossenbacher needing to defend now. That stays high, and the count is full. And he'll leave it ball 4. Tying run aboard here in the bottom of the third. And Philip Thomas will now represent the winning run. Nighthawks looking to claim this series early. First pitch runs inside. Thomas driven left field. That'll sit down. It skips away from Tenzar. 1 run will score. An RBI single for Philip Thomas. And it's 2-1.
A tricky bounce off the wall there, I think. If it wasn't for that, Drew might have been held up in third.
Yeah, it looks like it bounced off the root of the tree out there in left field. Jack Playhouse will step in as he leaves that one inside for ball 1.
Still nobody out.
Big time hack right there, but he can't connect. Leaves that one for ball 2. And again, aggressive here in the late going for Jack Playhouse. 2-2. Stays up high, count full once again. Melendez at 56 pitches here in the second game, so north of that century mark for the day, north of 100 pitches already. As that's ball 4 down low and the bases are loaded, still with nobody away. The winning run sits on second.
And Max now he needs to start throwing a lot of strikes, get some strikeouts here, or at least soft ground balls. A base hit is going to tie the game.
First pitch to Gradwell, stays outside. He'll line one. Phillips can't make the play. 1 run will score. Here comes Thomas. He's going to score. A walk-off base knock from Drew Gradwell. He gives himself the win. And the Nighthawks take this series. A walk-off that just lined itself through the hands of Zane Phillips. Nearly made the play. And that is how game 2 ends.
I'm pitching. We're going to put Philip Thomas at third.
So we'll kick it down to Robert, who's hanging out with the winning run, Philip Thomas.
All right, winning run for you. How did you feel on the base paths there?
You know, Drew was just pitching such a good game, and, you know, I didn't want to let him down, so I just thought, ball in play, I'm running all the way.
Yeah, going for it there. What do you expect for game 3? Get the sweep here?
You know, they're a tough team, and I think they're going to be coming back for vengeance, so, you know, we still got to play hard, still got to put the ball in play a lot, and, you know, hopefully throw a lot of strikes.
All right, good luck out there.
Thanks, man.
Back to booth, guys.
Barry Bonds.
Griffey.
Hank Aaron.
Probably Ken Griffey Jr.
Dustin Pedroia.
Barry Bonds. Moving to game 3 here shortly. Got some defensive changes for the Cyclones. Drew Tenzar will be on the mound. Zane Phillips will remain at third base. Looks like Salou.
Ichiro Suzuki.
Gotta figure this out here. Yeah, Salou's gonna be at first. Northern Nighthawks, Jack Playhouse will pitch in game 3, and Drew Gradwell will move to first, and Philip Thomas will play third base.
Ready? Wait for the intern. It's an Allstate commercial.
Jack, do you pay any of these guys?
The intern, what?
Do you pay any of these guys?
I gave everyone who helped out like a bonus last year, but that was bad because Rinks never paid us. That's how it'd be. It brought me like a month's worth of Taco Bell. That was crazy. I talked to him the week before. I'm like, yo, we getting this 10 grand. Crazy. And I took down the banner. I took down the banner 2 days before. Not a great look.
Are we ready?
First pitch is hit a mile high and a mile long as Philip Thomas takes the changeup and drives it out for a solo shot.
Thomas absolutely crushing that first pitch.
Cena, Drews come in and throw some lobs.
Second pitch is going to be hit out as well. The Nighthawks teeing off on Drew Tenzar here in the top of the first.
You know, sometimes it can limit the hard contact. It's hard to get under it and drive the ball, but 0 for 2 so far if you're Drew Tenzar.
2 pitches, 2 homers, and now Drew Gradwell, the walk-off hero from game 2, will step in. And the eephus pitch at 24 on the radar is tapped foul.
That should count as 2 strikes.
I agree with that. That'll run inside. I always think of the time that Zach Greinke tried to throw an eephus pitch in a major league game and
that one's kept on the ground.
Got taken about 400 feet as Gradwell will represent the first out of the first inning.
I actually can't. That's the problem.
It'll be Tenzar versus Playhouse here in game number 3. And Tenzar back with the eephus. It seems to be working thus far.
They got the 2 bad ones out of the way.
Is that one at 22 sails over the zone?
I don't think I've seen a pitch hit the back rail of the strike zone, the support beam, but I feel like it's a strike if it does.
Oh, 100%. Grossenbacher tried to wait on it, but he taps it foul.
That's 63?
Technically, the radar gun read 63 there, but I can guarantee you with almost perfect certainty that ball was not moving 63 miles an hour. The 2-2. It's fouled back. We try it again. He hit the strike zone, flip onto first, there's 2 down.
Drew Tenzar is really aiming these eephuses as well. It's hard to lob them in there, but they all look like they're going to be strikes.
Yeah, it seems to be working. So it's back to the top of the order now with 2 down. Philip Thomas, who just crushed a ball first time up. He'll wisely leave that one outside for ball 1. And he'll sky that one. A fairly tough play, but Tenzar reins it in. Back-to-back homers to start things off. But the eephus pitch working for Drew Tenzar, who sits down 3 in a row. 2-0 Nighthawks as we go to the bottom of the first. So getting ready to get things underway here in the bottom of the first. It'll be Jack Blehouse who fires one that Salou Fati wears. It's 1-0. Little check swing. Did not go. And it's quickly 3-0. Blehouse struggling with command here early. That one will miss low, and it's ball 4. 4-pitch walk to lead things off here in the bottom of the first as the Cyclones look to respond from back-to-back jacks to open things up. So Max Melendez will step in now. First pitch on the way is popped up towards center. Tough play. Blehouse makes the grab.
Oh, no.
And they're going to double off Fati, who was digging for second. I think he thought it was going to sit down, but it does not, and it's a double play.
No, I knew. I just rambling, incoherent response. Were you even close?
I'm sure if Salou was aware of that rule.
So 2 down now as Tenzar goes to work. Battle of the pitchers once again. He'll ground on. They're going to call it fair. We'll have to take a look at the replay.
It goes over the safety bag. Okay.
It was not fair, so it went over the safety bag and not the actual bag. Of course, the safety bag rule being implemented pretty much in all levels of baseball outside of the major leagues, as that's
should be there in major leagues, in my opinion.
I have a feeling we will see that within the next couple of years, especially as players in the minor leagues, players in college get used to it. Definitely caused a lot of controversy in college baseball this year, as that's going to be tagged. Throw on to first, not in time. Tenzar getting on his horse and booking it down the line. He'll be safe and beat out the throw.
Yeah, good hoss. Now you get a man on for your best hitter. I'm going to tie this game up.
So Zane Phillips will step in and swing at the first pitch and send it out of here.
Called it.
It's like the opposite of the announcer's jinx right there. Zane Phillips gets the Cyclones in business. We're tied here in the bottom of the first. And he rocks the baby again. I believe that's...
I think that's 10 now.
Yep, that's double digits on the year for Zane Phillips. His 10th long ball of the campaign. So it'll bring up Jackson Carr, the bottom of the order for the Cyclones. First pitch runs inside. Second pitch stays a little low. Carr is gonna sky one out toward right field. Back-to-back jacks once again. This time it gives the Cyclones the lead.
And all this damage coming with 2 outs.
A dead pull down the right field line from Jackson Carr. And the script is flipped all of a sudden. It's 3-2. And it'll be back to the top of the order with Salou Fati, who was doubled off last time. First pitch swung through for strike one. That'll stay up high. 48 on the radar gun on that pitch. As that's going to be poked toward right field and caught. But some two-out situational hitting from the Cyclones gives them the lead as we go to the second. It's 3-2.
That's crazy. They have 2 dudes with 10 home runs.
So it'll be Jack Blehaus leading things off. And back to the eephus as that ball is fouled off. Blehaus calling for the replay, but yeah, replay is denied. That's the call.
Pay everyone in there. Literally over the base.
Jack Blehaus
They're pretty quick to say no.
says he pays everybody in the replay room. Possible AWA scandal on our hands. Collusion.
I would love to.
So that'll stay inside. Tenzar working with the lob as that's going to be grounded back to him. He'll flip on to first, and there's one down. So Gradwell will step back in now, and you know, I gotta say, I'm surprised at how well the eephus is working for Drew Tenzar.
It's a pretty underrated pitch.
As that one drops in front of home. And that is absolutely nuked. I mean, that ball was absolutely crushed out towards center field.
That one.
That's the risk you take when you throw the eephus, and Drew Gradwell has tied this game on a nuclear missile out to the woods.
And the fans in Club 65 are going crazy.
They are loving it. Excellent bat flip there from Gradwell as well.
Yeah. You know,
as that's going to be skied out toward left field, it's going to bounce off a tree. And we'll take a look. It looked like it might have hit the tree.
I think it's give him a double or something. There's no way that was even.
Yeah, I couldn't see it hit anything.
So they're just going to rule it a single. So Thomas will step in now. He'll ground the first pitch he sees over toward Tenzar. A great play from Drew Tenzar to not slip at all and to make that throw kind of falling backwards. Oh, but it was foul. Unfortunate. Must have just settled in that foul ball area. So the 0-1 on the way is going to be grounded toward Tenzar, and
good stop.
Another great play out there. It looked like it ricocheted off a little pile of wiffle balls out there. So there's 2 down now with a runner on second. And Blehaus will step back in, 1 for 2 thus far. First pitch bounces in front of home. As the second will stay outside, ball 2.
I'm tired. I'm catching my breath.
And now Blehaus will pop one foul. I feel like I'm watching a position player pitch right now. Tenzar the 2-1.
No.
That is a great shout right there. The 3-1 is going to stay up high.
Oh, just missed the zone there. Yeah.
And it's a 2-out walk to Jack Blayhouse, so Gradwall is going to have another opportunity to crush a wiffle ball. Someone out there said, uh-oh. And now he's going to try and
give him the heater.
He's trying to bump that pitch speed back up a little bit, but a 3-0 on the way. Is going to be tagged out toward left field. Phillips fell over. Everybody's going to move up 40 feet, and it's a 2-out base hit single. This game really shaping up like one of those Sunday college baseball games where you're either going with your bullpen or not necessarily going with the most trusted arm, as Grossenbacher will foul that one off.
And Drew Tenzar doing a good job of keeping it close. I mean, hasn't allowed many, he's just allowed solo shots.
Yeah, it's been a relatively productive outing for the most part, as that's going to be a looped. Tough play. Did it get him?
I don't think it did.
It did not, so a run's going to score. The bases stay loaded, and it's 4-3 Nighthawks here with 2 outs. First pitch to Thomas now. Hit about a mile in the air. A tough play. Hit the tree. It's foul. So new life here for Philip Thomas.
Yeah, let's change it right now. That'd be crazy. Content. Oh, that's content.
That'll stay outside. Another one hit about a mile in the air. Tenzar makes the grab, and the side is retired. He gets out of the bases loaded jam, but 2 runs score, and the Nighthawks go back ahead 4-3.
And we still have the bottom of the second. Yep.
All right, we're down 1.
So it'll be Max Melendez leading things off in the bottom of the second, a 4-3 ball game. First pitch stays up high for ball 1. Thought about it, but holds off. Now the 2-0. Again in the dirt, and it's 3. 3-0, and he'll take a walk. So a leadoff walk to Max Melendez. And the Cyclones are right back in business. Tenzar 1 for 1 with a single thus far in game number 3. As he'll send that one out towards center field. And everybody is able to move up a bag.
That was a screaming liner, just missed going over the wall. I think it hit the yellow tape at the top of the fence.
If it had hung up there for about a second more, it would have been a go-ahead homer. As Phillips is quickly ahead 2-0. Took a big cut at that one for strike number 1. 2 balls and 1 strike on the way to Zane Phillips. Thought about it, but holds off. Now the 3-1. Runs outside, ball 4, and the bases are loaded with nobody away.
Hey, just the guy we want.
The dude just goes like this. He goes, home run.
So Jackson Carr, who's already got a homer today, will now have an opportunity to really put his team out front. Bases loaded, nobody down. First pitch on the way. Tapped foul. Of course, hit into that little foul ball zone. Definitely going to need to repaint those lines.
Yeah, it's tough to see now.
Carr now the 0-1. Stays low for ball 1. That one will stay up high. Carr hitting .283 on the air with 7 homers and 19 RBIs. Looking to bump up both of those tallies. As he waves at that one, but it was 61.
That was the one, though. Fastball right down the middle.
A look of relief on his face after swinging through that one. That one misses high, and it's 3-1.
What's the count?
3-1.
3-1?
3 balls and 1 strike on the way. And he waves through it for strike 2. Full count pitch. Poked fair down the line. An excellent piece of small ball hitting right there from Jackson Carr, just to knock one the other way. A run will score and the bases stay loaded.
Yeah, a bit of a excuse me swing there, but yeah, pokes it fair just over the bag at third base, and Zane able to avoid the line drive.
So Salou Fati will step back in now with the bases still loaded. He fouls back the first pitch. Second pitch does the same. Blayhouse looking for a critical first out here in the bottom of the second. That one misses high. That one will miss a little low. A tough pitch to take right there. Now the 2-2.
Yeah.
Don't believe we have box here in the AWAs. That is
just a bit short.
Just a bit outside. Tried the corner and missed. If you guys know what movie that's from, put it in the chat. Great film. One of the best baseball movies of all time.
What'd you say?
Tried the corner and missed.
Oh.
Just a bit outside. Now the full count pitch. Tapped foul. He got a piece of it.
Oh, I thought it was, they haven't made that a rule yet. Oh, okay.
So we'll try things again from the full count. This one's sent out to left field. It's going to leave the yard. A go-ahead grand slam for Salou Fati. His first homer of the year. And it's 8-4 Cyclones.
He's able to work the count full, so Jack had to throw him a strike. The base is loaded, nowhere to put him. And Salou capitalized on it. Able to crush it out of the ballpark into the deeper part of the park. So the Cyclones still have one more run to work with here before they reach the run limit.
Well, it was, you guys have 4, right? 8-4.
So now in an 8-4 ball game, the Cyclones with a big-time advantage as they look to salvage a game in this series.
Oh, okay.
First pitch to Melendez, swung through for strike 1. And looking out, we've got quite a few people out there in Club 65, a good crowd on hand for this evening's matchup.
Did that hit the knob of the bat?
Now a 1-1 count. Just missing high. That's popped up. I could have made the play if we didn't have a roof, but it's strike 2.
2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes on the way. Is popped foul. Going over. Did he make that grab? I can't quite see it.
Just dropped it in and out of his hands.
Would have been an excellent grab. Philip Thomas had quite a bit of ground to cover, but he just missed. So new life now and a 2-2 count for Max Melendez. Oh, I was there. I could have made the play. I thought it was coming back to me. This one grounded fair. Thomas will make an excellent throw. Oh my goodness. Sports Center top 10 style throw right there from Philip Thomas. And we'll take a look at the replay. A close play over at first, but he's out. An excellent throw right there from Philip Thomas, a real web gem. And there's one down.
Ooh, good pitch there.
That just catches the zone. Big time cut right there from Tenzar, and he's behind 0-2. And he'll go down swinging. 2 down now here in the bottom of the second, as Zane Phillips will step in. Phillips 1 for 1 thus far with a homer and a walk here in game number 3. And he'll wear that one. Stays outside, and it's 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. As that's popped up foul. Really fouling a lot back here. I'm ready, I'm locked in. 2-1. Swung through strike 2, and Blehouse will look to get out of a rather troublesome inning. Drops in the dirt, ball 3, and the count is full. Just missed at 46 for ball 4. A 2-out walk to Zane Phillips, and the inning continues. So Carr 2 for 2 thus far, had the RBI single to get things going offensively here in the bottom of the second for the Cyclones. And he'll drive that one right side, tough play. Nobody covering first.
Yeah, gonna hit that one into no man's land and just died in that grass.
Tough play over there for Drew Gradwall, and there's now 2 on with 2 gone. Salou Fati will step back in following the grand slam. He'll send one, and Gradwall will rein it in. But a 5-run bottom of the second for the Cyclones has them on the doorstep of at least taking a game here in this 3-game series. The Nighthawks are going to need 4 to tie, 5 to take the lead, and force a bottom of the third.
Well, that was broken.
It's you, Jack. It's you. You're up.
So it'll be Jack Blehouse leading things off here in the top of the third. First pitch to him. He'll leave for ball 1. As that's fouled back as well. We've still got some music playing now. As Blehouse goes ahead 3-0. Now the music is off and we're back. 3-0. Jump swing from Blehouse right there. I know there's a clip of Jose Altuve swinging at a pitch like that above his head, as that's ripped foul. Count goes full 3-2. This one also foul. It was crushed, but it looks foul to me.
Yeah, I thought it was foul too.
We're gonna look at the replay here.
That was fair for Dave. I know about foul and fair.
Blehouse will take a trot, and just like Monday, we've got a little dispute.
Okay, yeah, the booth's calling it a home run, so.
So it is going to be a homer. Jack Blehouse leaving the yard for the second time today and getting the Nighthawks back within 3. Just like Monday, like I said, an interesting call down that left field line. That one definitely a lot tougher of a call compared to Monday, as this one is popped a mile high from ground wall and corralled for the first out.
2-3. And then I can blow it in the bottom. Let's at least get that.
And we did have Tommy Tickets, Tom Blehouse, come out here after that homer. He said he knows a thing or two about fair or foul, as that's going to be lined, and Grossenbacher will beat the throw.
Good, Philip, good.
Nothing else you can do there. I like it.
Now next to him. Good.
Yeah, easy way. I'll be here a second.
So Philip Thomas will look to continue this inning. One-on-one gun now. As that is lined at Fatih. He makes the play.
Oh, wow.
Salou Fatih with an excellent play to end this game, as that ball was smoked right at him. Quick thinking to get up and fire it over at Grossenbacher to double him off. And the Cyclones take game 3. The Nighthawks take this series 2-1. But that final game is salvaged.